Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Agbogun say he no get anything wey they enjoy from Edo State government, even as they share 800,000 naira give people during the Edo election campaign. So make I leave you now, make you hear from Emmanuel Agbogun. Enjoy the video.
Yes. Good afternoon, my ever-conscious Edo people. Good afternoon. I know most of you ought to be in church. Some of you ought to be back from church. But if you are just joining me live now, there's a whole lot that is going to be discussed here today, and some of which it's going to be part of the deceit that has been going on in Edo State. Agreed, nobody, including myself talking to you, is a saint or does not commit one form of, will I call it, negligence or bad deeds, as the case may be. My people, now waiting, we all know say don dey happen for our state within the last 3 days. That's why we have been talking to ourselves. So if you are just joining us, I want to say a wonderful good afternoon to you. Please ensure you share and invite this broadcast if you are just joining us. You all know what has been going on. Last night I took pains to explain to Edo people. I even read out those things that were targeted as defense by the Edo State government over the palliative they said they kept in regards to what actually was seen to be in case of eventualities. They kept it for greener days. Those things were what they were saying. But because some of us are not far-fetched from the society we live in, we understand what is obtainable in our society. We are still asking the Edo State government and their supporters, what were food palliatives doing in an uncompleted building on Golf Court Drive? What were palliatives doing there? It is so painful that within the past 3 days, you have also heard statements from the son of our deputy governor that is in Canada, despising the protesters of the NSAS protest, and also making a mockery of the protests on police brutality meted out on innocent Nigerians. You have also seen his apology statement. Some of us ensured we went far and wide to get those statements put out on the media. But one thing still remains obvious, that despite the fact that our deputy governor is being able to generate resources from government in Edo State, he is actually sending his children to school in abroad, in Canada. You all saw it. Why they are proposing a frivolous and fictitious and fraudulent Edo Best educational policy here in Edo State, if they believe that Edo Best was what was meant to solve the educational vacuum in Edo State, why are they shipping their children to Canada? Why are their children not learning here in Edo State with us? However, that is a discussion for another day. You all know, in the course of my presentation, we highlight issues that should be subject of discussion in coming days while we discuss. But today, it is very obvious that the same deputy governor who is hiding palliatives in uncompleted building, who is writing petition that his children wants to be killed against Tony Kabaka, while his children are in Canada, while Kabaka is in Nigeria here. I hope you guys can read the handwriting on the wall. Now, we want to move into the discussion for today. I am really not in a good mood. I am not taking any political or pinching any political tent with any side of the political divide. I am here to say it the way it is. You all saw how those persons who campaigned for Governor Godwin Obaseki came out on the social media to tell Edo people that Governor Godwin Obaseki does not share Edo money, including my friend Osakwino Kodi, including Stainless, including Abatobaze, including Pahitro, including Bush Lion, what do you call it, this other woman from Italy, Gladys Constantino, and the rest of them. You saw how they were saying that what they were doing for Governor Godwin Obaseki was pro bono, was free. In fact, that it was because of the developmental strides they have seen in Edo State when they came back to Edo State that made them to, galvanize that support for the governor. And to date, we are in a developed Edo State that they supported the governor for, where we do not have street lights in Edo State. Those of you who know me very well know that I have been preaching about this infrastructural decadence in Edo State before, during, and after the elections. So now, the question to ask is this: how come we are hearing from Stainless mentioning the names of all these people I have mentioned, that an 800,000 naira was budgeted for diasporans in Europe, when Abatobaze took the money from government and handed it over to the presenters? From the sum of 800,000, he gave her the sum of 200,000. Not to mention the slots of SSAs that were given to these people that were telling obvious lies to Edo people. Meanwhile, we are the ones in Nigeria here that feel the bonds. They are in Europe, where they get water in the room they live in, they get gas in the room they live in, they get electricity in the room they live in. The moment they get out of their houses, they have car insurance, they buy car and pay as at when due. They drive on roads that have street lights, walkway, and all forms of appropriate traffic infrastructure. Name it, traffic light as the case may be. But these are the same set of people that came to convince the overwhelming numbers of Edo people, particularly those in the diaspora, to support a governor that reduced our infrastructure from the days when godfathers were seen to be in play, where we had street lights in our major road, from the days when we used to enjoy water fountain and the recreational facilities we had at the King Square. They have reduced us to Edo Best while their children are in Canada, and yet our brothers and sisters are still pinching tents. I am not preaching hate on the governor. He's an elected candidate. Whether you like it or not, he's the elected governor of Edo State. But the truth be said, the conscience of man can only be wicked, or can be seen to be wicked, when they preach those things that are untrue for people to assimilate and believe to be seen to be true. That is the highest level of wickedness. But however, I don't want to be a judge in this case, but I want to share some level of sympathy with my sister Stainless. I have not met her before, but I have followed most of her antecedents on the social media, and thus far I can say that she has the feeling of the ordinary Nigerians in her heart. Because if you have monitored what was going on, in fact, part of the reasons why Edo people went into the medical facility was because Abat Obaseki went there to say that they were medical supplies. And what did we come out to see? Was that where they say they were medical supplies turned out to be a reserve in less than 2 hours. In less than 2 hours, they also said that there were no other reserves in Edo State. From same media, team members of the governor, Crusoe Osage came out to say that all warehouses in Edo State were empty. Now, where they resorted to hiding our palliatives were in uncompleted building. Till date, as I speak, the state government has not made a single utterance. But when they were busted at the medical store's house, they quickly rushed out to seek a defense, claiming that they were saving food for eventualities. I do not see where you save foods that are perishable. I do not see where you save beans that the moment you leave it in a bag for a period of 1 month, where it is not being open to sunlight and one form of fresh air, you will begin to experience this thing that eat up the beans. Is waves that they call them. You begin to experience them in the beans. Now, having it been that they were the ones that exposed themselves, they are now putting the blame on us. Some of us who did not fall under that ideology of deceit that they were empowered to do by the state government, they are now putting the blame on us. For crying out loud, Albert, how can you be saying that the opposition wants to burn your house? Do you have a better house than the deputy governor? Do you have a better house than Obede Yama? Do you have a better house than Okwaobo, Asuru? Name them, those of them that are on the governor's camp, even up to the House of Assembly. Why are you believing that the opposition wants to burn your house when you know very well that the problem that is currently rocking these palliative issues were orchestrated by you people? Because a good liar must have a retentive memory to lie over and over again. More of the times people tell me I come out and I am always very on one side. No, I don't come out to tell lies. I come out to tell what I see. And I've also said it times without number, even on the social media, that if the man I supported to attain the position of governor in Edo State, if he wins, I would also not relent in criticizing him if I see that his policies or his style of governance does not mitigate to what we intend to attain for Edo people. That is what every right-thinking youth should focus their mind. We all cannot be in one place supporting a particular person. We're in democracy. We must support whoever we want. But however, I have seen that 70% of the problem we have faced in Edo State are majorly the problems created by presenters on the social media. Hate it or love it. Hate it, I repeat again, or love it. For crying out loud. And Abat Obaze does not need palliatives to feed. So why will you aid the government to hide palliatives from their people? Why will you on earth aid a government? You blamed John Osage to be extorting the people that was helping the extreme poor. You blamed him. You also blame some of us for intending to extort Edo people because we wanted to organize a youth movement that will conscientize our people. But you are here now defending the government that you supported, blaming the opposition. When had it been in a time in our political or governance life when the opposition ordered the governor to hide palliatives in warehouse and uncompleted buildings? To the extent that what we are now saying with is what we are now telling you now, what is now obvious to the world, is what you people said. How 800,000 naira was brought out from Edo security votes and Edo votes, Edo resources, to champion the lies. Till date, I am still asking Edo people, where are the over 157,000 jobs Obaseki say he has created? It will shock you all to know that the monies that were in that house where the soldiers refused and even shot at people that wanted to break into the house, those monies were monies that were brought in by the federal government to Edo State. If you could remember, the Minister of Finance and the Minister for Disaster and Human whatever at the federal level did say that they are going to share monies across to households to the tune of 20,000 naira, and they have earmarked monies that were to be distributed to 35 states. It is on the internet. Go out there and watch it. Monies were distributed to the 35 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the federal government to be shared to households, not individual in quotes. Why some people resisted that they should go by the BVN and share those money. The federal government said they were going to share to households. Those were the monies that were kept in medical storehouse. We should not deceive ourselves, because the federal government made those monies available to Edo people. Why stockpile them? Till date, we have not seen, not just only in Edo State, in other states in Nigeria, we have not seen any state government that shared money to people in their homes, rather than giving them beans, rice, name it, etc., etc. It is very, very, very wicked, very, very wicked of any right-thinking youth like Albert to come out and say that because he has been busted in his lying propagandist machinery that the Edo State government hired him to do before the election, he wants to put it on Edo people that they are instigating him to burn his house. He wants to gather people to beg for him. He's now saying they will burn the house of Matthew Oroide. What are they burning Oroide's house for? It's Oroide the state government. As far as I'm concerned, Oroide brought palliatives to the state and handed it over to the state government to commend and contribute to what the state government were already doing on ground. So why are we whipping sentiments just to distract our people, knowing fully well that 70% of our people are gullible? They rely on the information they get from social media to form their judgments and to form their decision. The high level of abuse on the social media, particularly coming from Edo State, and from we the users say we are future leaders and we are the vulnerable of this end SARS and end police brutality, is becoming too much. It's becoming too much. Now let me say this very clear. Let me say this very clear. I don't know if you all watched the broadcast that came from Stanley Osakwinokodi some 2 days ago. He said, and I will repeat what he said exactly. He said he does not know what the palliatives they are doing and he cannot stand to defend anybody. But people should not use the palliatives to discredit the potentials of the governor in government. But however, from what he has seen thus far, those persons who did that must be punished. They must be made to face the law. That was somebody who supports the government of the day. So how come is Albert now fighting those of us that share the political ideology of the opposition, alleging us of wanting to burn his house? My vehicle was destroyed. At the point when my vehicle was destroyed, only to the hardship that we all are going through in the country, I say, please, those of you that are having surplus, that are my supporters and my fans, come and help me fix my vehicle, because that is the vehicle I used to go around to gather the information across the industry that I put on my media platform. Albert made a post on the social media world, that on his WhatsApp group, that they should quickly run to attack my post, that I'm an extortionist. But meanwhile, you are defending a government that gobs as much as 600 million naira security vote on monthly basis, that gobs as much as 4 to 5 billion naira monthly allocation from FEC, and gets an internal generated revenue of about 2 to 3 billion naira every month. You were quick to defend them when they were hoarding food from the extreme poor. But when me, a common man, whose vehicle was damaged for doing public work to inform the people of what was happening on ground, you mobilize your people to call me all sort of names. Now, let me say this. In the just concluded elections, many people were victims, but I think nearly all the social media presenters on Governor Godwin Obaseki's camp, apart from a few maybe like Bush Lion and the rest, they all ganged up with Kotisubo to arrest me for the Edo State government. They all ganged up, including my brother I have respect for in Italy, Palliatives, who at one point in time supported and also called, beckoned on me to support the governor, and there was more lights for me with the governor's camp, and I said no, I am not supporting the governor because the governor offended me. No, I am supporting the governor because I am not supporting the governor, sorry, because the governor is devaluing our infrastructure as day goes on. Where is the street lights? Look at airport road. In fact, it took some of us our criticism to make the governor to maintain the potholes on Siloko Road that was built by Adams Oshomole, all in a bid to discredit it. You also what happened at the Central Hospital before it was opened. It is no longer in news. You also saw what the number of times we went to beg the governor that was carrying out an Edo Best policy that he should open the kind of school where the deputy governor's son in Canada learns that was built by Adams Oshomole. He should open the school. Even if him and Oshomole has issues, it is not Oshomole that is being deprived from learning from that school. Oshomole cannot go back to primary school. Let him open it for those poor children to learn from that new era grammar school. Till date, nothing is happening in that learning facility. The government has announced resumption of school not until when this curfew was imposed on the people. Go and look at the new era school. So if you are in government as a youth and you cannot challenge a decision that are anti-people, or because of making money from the system, or because of getting favor from government, or because of claiming to be a political figure in government, it is very bad, because whether you like it or not, you are not seeing what is going on. Tomorrow Abbott or Stainless or Paitro, you people can be senators. If you don't allow the younger ones to learn, to be educated, to be as enlightened as you are, through the education and infrastructure that we have in the state because of supporting one politician or the other, they will also run to your house when you are in government to burn your properties. They will also run to your house when you are in government to beat up your children. They will also boo you at the airport and also boo you in foreign lands. It is not far-fetched. So let us be sincere to ourselves. They were sharing 800,000 to raise the Togba movement, to be shouting Togba, 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 Togba all over the social media. That was what was being done. But the most painful part of it, that even when everybody knows that if you are supporting a politician, the politician must reciprocate because their monies they are budgeted for those sort of activities. You people also came out on the media to lie to us that the governor does not share money. Meanwhile, immediately after elections, very many of you are driving new cars. Very many of you are building new homes. But yet you are very happy to have benefited yourself at the detriment of the common man. Is this how we want to change or attain a better Nigeria? With what the white men has done for us with creating social media, we as youth should have been able to galvanize this platform to create a better and salubrious environment for all of us. But what are we doing? The moment you are being caught of telling one lies, you switch. The moment you are being caught of deceiving the people, you switch. Information just reaching me this very afternoon before I came up live was that some certain persons who also supported the governor, they have been banned from government house. That they should not be allowed to, the four walls of government house. Are you not seeing the politicians that you work for, that you succeeded in deceiving the mindset of Edo people to support? So those of you who are in the camp of the governor, The only thing we at our position can do is to talk to your conscience. Particularly, I'm using this medium to talk to my sister Stainless. If you are an honest person, do not hesitate to say honest things when the need arise. Do not hesitate to say honest things when the need arise, whether you like it or not. If the government were to keep food for eventualities, what stopped them from letting the public know? What stopped them from letting the public know that they have reserve? Or is it until when they were caught? To the extent that what was obvious to the blind, where they were hiding food, oh my God, it is this bad. Excuse me a minute. So that is it. To the extent in which they took it. So my Edo people, if we can be interacting with ourselves on this platform, we should be able to be telling ourselves the truth. There is nobody today that does not know that I have criticized Adam Soshomole very, very well. There is nobody that does not know I have criticized Izeyamu very, very well. There is nobody that does not know I have also criticized Obaseki. There is nobody also that does not know that have been following me that will not tell you that I have criticized Danobi and name them. I am not on social media because I am looking for popularity. If you know me very well, you should know I am popular a little bit, even if I don't have the riches to make the popularity colorful. But truth must be said at every given stop. Truth must be said at every given stop. I have always said it times without number, and I know people know. If I am telling lies against the governor would have arrested me. If I am telling lies against the governor, he would have arrested me. But I have continuously kept on asking, why don't we have street lights on the road? They say Osiomo. Why don't we have statistics of the 157,000 jobs? They say bad head, lie. They call me all sort of names. But they forget one thing, is that now that there's crisis in the state, when hoodlums came out to start hijacking before the security agencies were able to put a stop to it, were all of us now affected? Did you see the jeeps of politicians? Those that are bulletproof jeeps, those that are convoy and escort, did you see them applying the roads? Was it not see me and you, the same pomp people that were applying the roads while they were still moving? So these are the issues. If we cannot tell ourselves the truth within those of us who are opportune to have wider audience on the social media platform, history will never forgive us. History will never forgive us. So while we are supporting wherever we are supporting to attain governance, we should also know the prospects lies on us to tell that person where the person is derailing, that the person should sit up. I have never seen Abat, he lives in Benin here, like the same way I live in Benin, talk about the street light that have been off since Obaseki took over government. The only place where you see street light off is only front of CBN. Where they keep street light on is only front of CBN. Now because you want to whip up political sentiments, you are saying they are instigating people to come and burn your house. If they burn your house, tell me, how does that affect the politics of Edo State? How does that affect the well-being of Edo State? How does that deteriorate the well-being of Edo State? So stop whipping up sentiments. My vehicle were obviously destroyed, not accident, destroyed, all because I went to report what was going on live in the customs warehouse. The same way I went also to what do you call it, medical stores road. Because of the curfew time, I couldn't go to the uncompleted building at government house yesterday, by golf court road yesterday. So this are the issues. So those of you that are Togberians, particularly those of you that brought out your resources to support the governor to win, very many of you I know brought out your resources. Some even bought vehicles, some gathered themselves to buy vehicles, some gathered themselves to brand items for the governor, some gathered themselves to share money across to electorates to vote for the governor. It is your duty, having supported the governor to win, to ask the governor these questions that we are asking. It is not only the duty of those of us who are opposing the governor. It is not only the duty of those of us who are opposition to the governor that we should be seen to be doing this. It is also the duty of those that elected him to also demand good governance from him, because it is our brothers and sisters, it is our relatives, our loved ones that are suffering the hardship, the oppression, the evil of these political actors that we have across Nigeria, not just only Edo State. But Edo State can be an exception if we that are in the state decide to use all these bountiful platforms that we have to correct the narratives. You saw the Secretary of State Government, Cruz Osaige, give a press release yesterday saying that what was in medical storehouse were reserves and other warehouse were empty in the state. What happened to the fact that palliatives were seen in an uncompleted building just some 30 meters away from the governor's, deputy governor and governor's house, in an uncompleted building? And to date, Albert has refused to speak about that. All what he's saying is that they're coming to look for palliative in his house. What is the palliative doing in uncompleted building? Since you know that there was no palliative in a medical store, it's only medicine and money and other things that were kept there, you quickly ran there to do video. What about the one that was seen in medical stores? What about the one that was seen in the uncompleted building? So I don't want to take side, but the truth be said, if you look across Nigeria, both APC governors, PDP governors, all of them hid these palliatives. All of them hid these palliatives. Edo State case is not exceptional. There were some states in the north where, like Tambuwa, he opened the warehouse and started sharing. If you get, you go. If you get, you go. If you get, you go. So why are we deceiving ourselves? At this junction, if Albert knows that he is fighting for the overall interest of Edo people, let him start asking the government, where did they keep the monies that they brought for Edo people, people in their homes? The federal government shared money across the 35 states. I have verified that. Where did they keep Edo people's money? What is the money being used for if they are not sharing it? What is the money being used for? We, the people, deserve the right to know. We, the people, deserve to know. It is not only those people that are SSAs or that are PDP members that are Edo people. If everything comes, it is not meant for the people that are supporting the government. It is meant for everybody in Edo State. That is why I'm not so surprised. That is why I'm also surprised that to date, the Edo State government cannot tell us that they want to put a probe on the Benin water storm project. Haven't it been that they have said so many unprintable things about the project, they have still not put up a probe. So for those of you who take delight in insulting some of us for speaking what is obvious to us, I believe time will come when you will understand that what we want is a better Nigeria. If you have not still gotten that picture in your head, time will come when we will understand that what we all want is a better Nigeria. Time will come. I have said it times without number. I did not support Oshomole. I did not support Kabaka. I supported Pastor Izeyamu simply because of his simple agenda. Simple agenda. He had a manifesto to do in government, and when if he's in government, we have what it takes to criticize him with and tell him, "Oh God, you are not doing what you said you were going to do." That was why I supported him. I made it known from the very first day I declared my support for him. I made it known to the world. So my Edo people, I am saying these things very clearly today because I am pained. I am pained not because of any other thing. I am pained because people that find themselves in comfortable part of the world, people who are in Italy where there's 24/7 power supply, people who are in Netherlands, people who are in US, who are in Germany, they are the ones deceiving our people when what they are telling us is not true. Why would the Philip Shaibu send his child to Canada when we have an Edo Best that United Nations is giving an award to? If they know it's working, why send your son to Canada? Why send your young child to Canada? Why don't you leave him here in Edo State? El-Rufai, that is a governor, put his child in public school. After making the place conducive for his child to learn, he put his child in the school to learn. Why can't you do the same in Edo State so that other children can also benefit? So my Edo people, haven't lamented and explained my grievances thus far, I think it will be very right of me and very right of you for us to know the way forward on this issue. The palliatives that were kept in that uncompleted building, I believe we don't need a panel of inquiry. The government does not need yes, they can set up a committee because the constitution preaches same, that will look into the issue to ascertain how that palliative got there. But in as much as I'm concerned, I believe what all Edo people should be asking of now as the way forward is for the governor to tell us where he has kept the money that was allocated to Edo State for COVID-19 to be shared, 20,000 per household. In northern Nigeria, people got that same money. Why is it that in the southern part of Nigeria, particularly in Edo State, we are not leading by example? So the governor must come out to tell us those are the way forward. And if they don't want to share the money, they want to use that money to attain a particular project or structure in the state, they should tell us how they want to go about it. They should tell us how they want to go about it. So be it as it may, it will also be a very, 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 very bad thing that Edo people, particularly those of you who are in Europe, who say 4+4 Ogbane, all those our mothers in Canada, all those our sisters in America that were shouting Ogbane, 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 it will be very wrong of you that if the Osiomo power that the governor said it was 90% complete and they test run it, they advertise it on television, if the governor does not put that power to light up our street lights before inauguration of his second term in office, some of us will begin to go all out on you, those of you who are actually living in diaspora that supported the government on the grounds that those projects were going to be delivered before the swearing in of the governor. There are very many of you who made such statements. It is still there on social media, and I believe everyone can see with their eyes. So my Edo people, truth no say make dem no talk am. The candidate of the APC and the candidate of the PDP, whether you lose or you win, the two of them, they can never suffer in their life whether they lose or they win. Their running mates, deputy governors, the two of them, they can never suffer in their life whether they lose or they win. It is us that are supporting them that can fall short of the opportunity in life to continuously remain comfortable for the rest of our life, to go downpour. So let us all open our eyes and understand that Edo State must move forward. Edo State must move forward, and if it must move forward, it is in the hands of we the people. It is in the hands of we the people. For the fact that you say you stop Agbero, and Agbero, like Dogo that collects tickets, can go and kill somebody. If it was Tony Kabaka now or Shaba that did what Dogo did at the ring road to protesters, by now the governor would have made a statement. By now the state government would have been going after them. By now, in fact, their properties would have been confiscated. But till date, Dogo boss revenue for the state government. Himself and his boys that he led killed somebody in Ring Road, a peaceful protester. What have the state government said? I have been saying this in all my live broadcasts. What have the state government said? What have they said? But yesterday, when they were busted in their selfish closets to hide food from the extreme poor, they quickly released a statement. The governor quickly ran to present us a platform, social media platform abroad, to debunk allegations that were in the air, that were even very obvious. But those ones that are still obvious, that are happening in Edo State, with people that work for them, they are now sweeping it under the carpet. Tomorrow they will say lions and tiger. I have said it before in my broadcast. I want to believe that it is the cat and the pet dog that were the people that went to attack those people collecting revenue in Ogbede, that went to attack peaceful protesters. Even in a government where SSAs, that were appointed by the same government, has also come out on social media platform to explain to the world what actually transpired. The government has failed to act upon it. Do not forget that this dead body was also taken to the government house. Do not forget that. So, to wrap up our today's broadcast, we have stated our demands that are very obvious, but it will be very, very unfair if we leave this broadcast without admonishing a particular set of people that have seen some of us to be the problem of Edo State, because we are asking government, people that are controlling our resources, why are they doing things the wrong way? It will be very wrong of us if we do not admonish you people the same way we are admonishing our brothers and sisters on the other divide. I am not enjoying anything from Edo State government. I am not enjoying anything whatsoever from Edo State government. I am not enjoying anything as a social media presenter. The way they are sharing 800,000 and some persons are embezzling 600 and giving to 200. I am not in any way enjoying those kind of benefits. What I am doing here is as a result of my personal, conviction for a better society in Edo State. If you know the running cost of putting data on for an hour as at today Nigeria, in fact within the last 2 weeks, federal government has skyrocketed the cost of data. Ask anybody. Talking for an hour on the media runs into gig for data, but I am actually acquiring it without the donation of Edo State government. So if you cannot sit down with your smartphone and also say what you feel bad about me, and you come to my wall while I'm analyzing issues that affect me and my people in my society, you are coming to my wall to insult me, to call me names, to insult me. The God of Emmanuel, the God of Elijah, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, Jacob, the God of Esau will judge you all. Yes. So my Edo people, what we have to say is what we want to better our society. So if you are in Europe and because you are a Togberian, because you believe in what the Togba family have preached to you that is falsehood, some of them were collecting SSCs and giving to their family member. You were also spending your personal money sending to your family member to vote for them, while some of them were getting 800,000. And it's an Emmanuel Bogun that did not collect any money from them and has been criticizing the government. The reason why you see me still criticizing Obaseki is that Obaseki has not put street light on our road. If you come out to the front of my house, you will see that we compared our senator to do that in my area. Come to the EDP housing estate. In fact, in Ward 2, where the major politician stays, they don't have that light. But when the senator came to solicit for our vote, we gave him a tete-a-tete. I told them that if you collect 50,000 naira, this thing will not hit anything. If you collect 150, it will not hit anything. Let this man tell us in camera that he was going to give us light. And already gave us that light. Today, if you come to my area in the evening, it's like a mini New York. It's like a mini Abuja street. So Obaseki, please give us street lights in Edo State roads. You have done Osiomo. You have won election. Let the street lights in Benin City on. The street lights in Benin City, let it on. And for those of you who are insulting me because I'm asking what will benefit everybody, get sense. Get sense. The abat that is making you to insult me is driving government vehicle. Government pays him every month. His brother is an SSA. Himself is on the payroll of the state governor. So why will you be fighting me? That does not benefit all of this. But what I want is that the society should do a better thing. The society should be a better place for all. So having said all of this thus far, I want to leave this broadcast by saying, let us learn to be our brother's keeper and condemn what is bad at a time when it is bad, and appraise what is good at a time when it is good. I have nothing else to say today than to plead that the Edo State government should respond to all these things that we are saying. They should respond to all these things that we are saying. So having said this far, I know most of you who called me after the broadcast last night would want me to speak on the petition of Tony Kabaka. But I put it to you that tonight by 9 p.m. that is going to be the subject of our discussion. Once again, I remain no other person than yours noble right activist. So join me 9 p.m. when the lines will be open for us to discuss issues affecting us as a people, and also the petition that was written against Tony Kabaka and some highly placed individuals in Edo State. I remain dedicated to the struggle of emancipating our people from this infrastructural backwardness that we have witnessed in Edo State. So for this broadcast to get to the government, let them see it. I know the governor is always following what we are doing. He's always on social media. He's always watching. He has his own proxy account. He used to watch all what everybody is doing on social media. He follows those people that criticize him more. So for him to get to the other people that are around him, so that when they are advising him, they will be telling him that this is what is happening. Place your hand on the share button. If you want Edo State to move forward, place your hand on the share button of this broadcast. Place your hand on the share button of this broadcast. Place your hand on the share button so that every one of us in Edo State who follows what happens on the media will join to condemn or either demand from government what our demands are here this morning. So thank you very much for staying with us. I want to believe the over 314 of you here with me, watching with your resources, would actually do these things I am pleading for. Share this broadcast today. Share it. Thank you very much. And for those of you who will not share, it is just the show of hatred. It is not only my father that will drive on the roads when there are street lights. It is not only me that would enjoy whatever the dividends of that money the federal government brought, 20,000 naira per household. It is not only me that will benefit from that money. So why are we all deceiving ourselves? Once again, be your brother's keeper. Stand by the truth, particularly my sister Stainless, with your platform that very many people listen to and follow. If the only thing you can do in this world is to continue saying the truth, please stick by it. And the reward, even from God, if not from man, exceed any other reward. God will bless you with long life as you continue saying the truth where the need be. Once again, I remain no other person than yours noble right activist, comrade Bogun Emmanuel. I say a big thank you to you all. God bless you. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Join me 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Nigerian time. 9 p.m. today. We are going to be talking a whole lot of issues that happened within the elections that affect us politically. You know, there have been some issues in Edo State that outside the NSAS protests were already going on. Just like what the governor says, that the tigers and the lions are after his office. They don't want his inauguration to hold. So I will also tell you what the governor is doing to continuously oppress the lions and the tigers, even the fact that they are not even putting their eyes towards the dealings of the government. Once again, join me 9 p.m. Stay blessed, and also advise your brothers and sisters to support what is right for Edo to move forward. Thank you and God bless you.
Now wey you don hear from Emmanuel Agbogun, let us know what you think for this matter. Go to comment section, make you put your own for there. And before you go, I beg make you help us share this video to friends and family. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, I beg try make you subscribe so that make you for dey current with the things where they happen for Edo State. So make I leave you now, make you help us share this video. Thank you for watching that ARG YouTube.